Good afternoon. The third day of July, the year being 2024, a day that has seen Kenyans giving mixed reactions in relation to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission proposal, or rather the increment of salaries of public officers. We have those details for you here on TV47 News now, but first, the highlights. A section of MPs and senators have joined hands to oppose the salary hikes by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission.
Si wakati mzuri sasa sisi kuongezwa mishahara, haifai, hatuitaki, tumekataa.
4 people have been arrested in Machakos town for engaging in illegal activities during the ongoing demonstrations. And Tuesday's protest in Kisii town extended until midnight as business people left counting losses.
Peseni zangu zimechomwa, nguo zangu zimechomwa, kitanda imechomwa na mimi.
Once again, good afternoon. Welcome on board. This is TV47 Afternoons broadcast with the latest from across all the 47 counties. My name is Moige. Now let us keep you informed. Starting off, the Senate committee held a meeting today to discuss the welfare of the people and the just government of the people after the Financial Bill 2024 triggered a protest that has caused loss of lives and massive destruction of property around the country. Some of the issues raised at the Senate were the police officers who used live bullets on the peaceful protesters and asking if they should get arrested and be arraigned in court.
It was never the finance bill. It was simply that the finance bill was a trigger because public servants led by ministers are very, Mr. Speaker, corrupt.
Kama wabunge wa Senate, nakubaliana na alivyosema kiongozi walio wengi. Vile watu wanasema kwamba ati mishahara inaongezwa. Bwana Spika, mimi nasema kwamba sitaki mshahara wangu uongezwe. Na najua ndugu zangu maseneta wako hapa, tuna shida za pesa ndio, lakini nina hakika watakubaliana na mimi ya kwamba si wakati mzuri sasa sisi kuongezwa mishahara, haifai, hatuitaki, tumekataa. Tunasema kwamba wale mapolisi waliweza kutumia bunduki zile ambazo ziko na risasi na kupiga hawa wananchi ambao walifariki. Tunasema ya kwamba hao polisi hatua lazima ichukuliwe na washikwe waweze kupelekwa kotini.
Now, Azimio coalition has claimed the government sponsored goons to cause violence in yesterday's protest. Azimio principal Kalonzo Musyoka, in a press conference, further claimed the president intended to use the violence as an excuse to call for state of emergency. Azimio has further asked the president to sign the IEBC amendment bill into law to prepare the country for a snap election in the wake of the anti-Ruto protest. The coalition has further directed its elected leaders not to take a pay hike as proposed in the 2023 SRC Gazette notice.
There are many questions that Gen Z, Azimio, and the world have. The two most significant of which are, why is Ruto, through his henchmen and thugs, hiring goons to destabilize constitutionally protected protests, causing chaos and mayhem? Is the goal to declare a state of emergency and suspend the constitution? To expedite the people's wishes, Azimio demands that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill 2024 be immediately signed into law. We are aware that this bill has been sitting on Ruto's desk for days now, and the Kenya Kwanza dictatorship is reluctant to sign it into law.
That we cannot be able to live any longer with William in power, with William and his cabinet in office, and equally with a parliament that have been impeached. So we have provisions in the Constitution. You can look at Article 134 all the way to Article 146, and we need to interpret them a little bit more liberally so that we can be able to get ourselves out of where we are.
Elsewhere, still on matters anti-government protest, a section of youths in Narok County marched along Hospital Town Bomet Road carrying a casket of Brian Kasaine remains, who was allegedly killed during Tuesday's anti-government demos. The group, comprised of boda riders, students and business people who demanded justice for the deceased, who they claim was killed by police.
University amekatisia yeye masomo yake yote, mtoto ya 20 years OCS anachukua risasi kumgonga, ameondolewa na OCS mwenyewe. Sisi ndio vijana tunahangaika huku juu ya mwezi wetu, hakuna venye tunataka huku wakituambia huyo ni kwa kijana mdogo, hatujui atamuuliza nini juu ya maandamano ya ukweli. Kwa tunasema ukweli, OCS tumechoka na kazi yako.
Still, at least 30 protesters are still recovering at Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital, with one reported dead by the hospital chief executive officer. Also, Kisii County Governor, that is Paul Simbarati, announced that all injured protesters from the recent demonstrations will receive free treatment and will be discharged without any cost. Meanwhile, traders in Kisii town are still assessing their losses after being ruthlessly looted yesterday, with some businesses burned down by unruly demonstrators. All right, we are still keeping tabs on that particular story, and we'll bring you more details here on TV47. Now, 4 people have been arrested in Machakos town Tuesday for allegedly breaking the law during demonstrations. Machakos County Police Commander, that is Patrick Lobolia, gave a stern warning to young people who will be found looting business premises. Lobolia noted that the demonstrations have been infiltrated by outsiders from Machakos County, with goons being ferried using matatus. The 4 men will be arraigned in court to answer charges on several accounts.
We believe that it was used to ferry goons from other places brought to Machakos County. And when they do that, the new people come here, they damage our infrastructure. Now they have burnt our roads. We no longer have street lights. We no longer have traffic lights. It becomes an hazard for us. So we also urge people of Machakos County to make sure that they secure the properties which the government has made for their comfort.
All right, now let us shift gears. Approximately 20,000 maize farmers in Murang'a County will benefit from a contract signed between the county government and Joy Millers. Under the contract, farmers will deliver 35,000 bags of maize per harvest to the milling company, and in return, they will receive fair prices for their produce, effectively eliminating middlemen who often purchase maize at lower prices. Governor Irungu Kang'ata has also pledged to provide training to farmers aimed at improving harvest yields, as well as subsidies for seeds and fertilizers to help reduce production costs.
The county government has been going around Murang'a County, public participation for a program called Inua Mkulima, where the county supports milk farmers, mango farmers. We now want to upscale that to maize farmers. The original target was 500 farmers per ward. That translates to 17,500. However, the turnout has been overwhelming. We might consider to upscale that number.
Now to matters of health. Bungoma residents have rather urged the government and the Ministry of Health to address the shortage of vaccines in the country's public hospitals. They claim they are compelled to seek vaccination for their children at private health facilities due to lack of vaccines in public hospitals. They also highlight the high cost of these vaccines, noting that many cannot afford them without medical insurance. According to data from the World Health Organization, that is WHO, and UNICEF, Kenya is grappling with challenges in vaccine accessibility for children, leading to an increase in the number of unvaccinated children and exposing them to various diseases.
As the pediatricians who see the children, they normally recommend for meningitis vaccine, pneumococcal vaccine, and flu vaccines. Most of the children now, like those who are having sickle cell, they normally spend most of the time in the hospital.
The problem we are having with the vaccines is that when we want to opt for the government, especially for the parents who don't have like covers or that financial capability to visit the private institution, when we go to public hospital for the vaccination, we are not able to get all the services that are needed.
Baringo North Member of Parliament Joseph Makilap has urged Kenyans to brace for tough times ahead after opposing the 2024 finance bill that was rejected also by the president. Speaking in Kaimogol, the Member of Parliament, also a member of the Finance Bill Committee, stated that the controversial bill had allocated funds for the employment of junior secondary school teachers, medics, and enough funds for resources. The legislator strongly condemned the protest that has been taking place in different parts of the country, urging youth to refrain from being used by politicians.
Pesa ya CSS out. Pesa ya kuajiri walimu out. Pesa ya hii UHC out. Sasa kama rais amesema tuongee, kwa nini unakataa kuongea? Tumewacha finance bill, tumetuba. Kwa nini huko barabara?
Na kuna vijana wamekuwa radicalized. Mtu anasema anatafuta haki lakini anachomea watu wengine vitu yao. Sijaona leo maandamano ikiendelea Rift Valley kwa sababu tulichukua William Ruto.
Kuna mpango fiche kwa hii kitu. Na watu wasifikirie kwamba hii kitu ni finance bill. Finance bill imetupwa, silitupwa na rais. Hii ingine ni kani? Hii ingine ni kani?
Embu County Governor Cecily Mbarire and the Deputy Speaker of the County Assembly of Embu, Ibrahim Swalem, have agreed to settle their political differences in a crisis meeting held at the Talent Academy. This comes after a fallout between the county government of Embu, Enforcement Department, and the BAMBA operators within Embu town, which led to an attack of a senior enforcement officer. Swale dismissed claims that he incited BAMBA traders against county enforcement officers, while Governor Mbarire called for unity and dialogue between the enforcement officers and the BAMBA traders. The leaders later visited Embu Market in a bid to de-escalate tension between both parties.
I want to kindly request, na hii ni kwa heshima kubwa sana, Mheshimiwa Swale, let us work together. Kuonekana ni kama kuna watu wa governor na watu wa Swale is a wrong thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, all of you are my people.
We know what is happening in your office. It is not you that you are sio wewe. And we are telling you, Your Excellency, today. Tell the officers who are close to you. Tell your PA. Tell your political advisor, Mr. John, to stop interfering in the politics of this town.
Now, let us again shift gears, whereby the Federation of African Women Educationalists has partnered with Siaya and Busia counties to reduce the rate of early marriages and teenage pregnancies under a program dubbed Imarisha Msichana. According to Evelyn Amunga, that is a Fawe Kenya Siaya coordinator, the program will also focus on returning teenage girls and moms who dropped out of school. The move was lauded by Siaya County's reproductive health coordinator, Pamela Josephine.
I'm Pamela Josephine Anyango. I coordinate reproductive health within Siaya County. I want to thank Fawe Kenya for coming in handy to us with this program of ensuring that the girls and women within the society are handled with care.
Evelyn Amunga, I work with Fawe under the Imarisha Msichana project. This is a project that we are implementing in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation. And today we are having a training of boys and young men from the participating schools we're working with in Busia and Siaya counties. So today we are here just to emphasize on their role as male champions, because we want to have a pool of young men, both boys and young adults, who can be advocates of the teenage girls and can go ahead to spearhead the process of addressing the issue of teenage pregnancy and child marriage within the counties.
My name is Vincent Bahati Haseke from Busia County. I'm here as a community champion. I'm just here to learn on how to empower our ladies and also know their importance in our societies. And we thank FAWE for allowing us to come and learn more how we can deal with our girls.
Farmers in Elgeyo Marakwet County are yet to embrace modern farming practices, which has significantly affected their yields. This is according to a report from the Ministry of Agriculture in the county. Out of the 1,500 farmers who submitted soil samples for testing, many found that their soil had high levels of acidity due to indiscriminate use of fertilizer during planting. Farmers from the Kapchemutuo ward, led by Hilary Kiprono, have noted that they have been experiencing low incomes because they lack knowledge on how to protect their soil.
The farmers need to alter this. We've also seen that the level of the organic carbon is very low. So there's a lot that needs to be done to rectify the level of the organic carbon in our soil so that this can improve on the fertility status of the soils. For the farmers whose their soil have a challenge, especially when it comes to organic carbon and also the low pH, there is also need for concerted effort in terms of ameliorating this and also reversing the trend in terms of the soil organic carbon.
We took samples from 75 farmers per ward. So today we have 1,500 samples, and we have mobilized farmers today morning. And here we are today. We want to know our soil health so that our farmers can get informed on what type of soil they have in various areas. We have the Keria Valley ecological zone. We have also the mid-escarpment and also islands. Farmers are very happy to ensure that their soils are healthy so that we increase our productivity of our cash crops. Because if we know our soils, we know our health, we will know our productivity, and we'll know even the farm inputs like fertilizers that will apply.
Mambo ya upimaji ya udongo nimeona manufaa yake juu ninajua nitatumia mbolea gani na nitatumia kiasi gani. Manufaa kwangu ni nichue makali ya udongo, halafu nichue nikane mbolea nitatumia.
Youthful leaders drawn from colleges and university students across the country have today congregated to address issues concerning the state of the nation. Led by the chairperson Derek Oginga, they have agreed to meet up with President William Ruto and have a dialogue with him matters that touches on the youth.
We are the county presidents of the comrades. We, the county president of the comrades, have seen our members being dubbed as faceless, tribeless, and fearless. But they are equally not leaderless, reckless, and structureless. That being said, we have agreed on the following. We have accepted and welcomed the National Dialogue Forum proposed by His Excellency the President. We appreciate our President for taking the issues of the comrades with such genuine gravity and seriousness, and for that reason, we accept dialogue and remain available to engage over long term.
We are privileged to have the opportunity to interact, to interrogate and discuss for the matters of students, education, and foster a cultural interchange between us, between any stakeholder in the education sector, and above all, to create a generation that is educated and above all, give a public civic education to all the generation.
And the Turkana County government has commenced a land registration and title deed issuance process in Lodwar, Lokichar and Lokichogio. This initiative aims to ensure that all landowners in these areas receive their title deeds. Speaking in Lodwar, the county government representative Muthuma Mbuvi highlighted the government's commitment to issuing title deeds to all residents across the 3 cities.
Today, we were having a meeting with the technical team from the county
whereby we were taking them through the local physical development plans. We are through with preparing the plans for these 6 settlements, and today we were presenting to the technical team so that we can show them what we have achieved so far. We started with mobilizing the community engagement. Then we undertook base map preparation, environmental and social screening. Pace was another long pace. We also undertook